easy English for you was created in 2020 by the purpose of helping Thai people to learn English easily, quickly, and naturally. We have been encouraging many Thai to speak up as much as they can. We don't aim at reaching perfection when it comes to using English. We just want to remind you that it's okay to make mistakes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation.
Hello everyone. My name is Aiden. My Shan name is Jomung.
So, do you have any tips or message to how can we be brave? How can we have the courage to talk to foreigners or foreign teachers or the natives in English? Many students in Shan State, especially in Myanmar, they are very afraid. They are very scared to speak out, even though they have learned English a lot,
Yes.
even though they have learned English for many years, but they don't have the courage to speak out. So what would be your message for those people?
Don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in Myanmar are scared of making mistakes when they speak English.
Yeah.
If you make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more you will learn, and the better your English speaking will become. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. And this might sound a bit peculiar, but I find that in English, it's okay to make mistakes because English is a very forgiving language. If I make a mistake with grammar or with my accent or with a word, a native English speakers can still understand you because English is used all over the world now. So we are used to hearing different accents or dialects of English. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Eventually, after you make a lot of mistakes, you'll start to learn by yourself. And what happens is that your knowledge of English gets reinforced in your mind. And so you'll become a more fluent speaker. But at the beginning, make as many mistakes as you can. You will learn so much about speaking English. And the more you practice with a native speaker, the better you'll become.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keep speaking. Don't be afraid. Really, nothing. No one is going to judge you. Just keep speaking. Just keep trying your best when it comes to speaking English. That's my message for all Shan people.
For all Shan learners, for all Shan English learners.
Yes.
That's
right.
That's very meaningful for us, especially Shan learners, Shan English learners.
Yes.
Yes. Like in English term, they have one of the term that I really like it. It's called use trial and error method, right? In speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, it means that we have to try to make mistakes a lot. The more we make mistakes, the more we get fluent in English, right?
That's right. And that's the same with every other language as well. If you're learning Japanese or Chinese or French or German or Burmese or even Shan or Thai or Lao, any language you learn, the more mistakes you make when you're practicing with native speakers or people that can speak the language fluently, the more mistakes you make, the more you will learn.
Okay.
So trial and error is the best method.
Yeah. So do you have any plan to come to Shan State and do you have any plan to settle in Shan State in the future?
At the moment, my plan is to continue working on my business here in Australia.
Wow, so you have your own business?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, a moment ago, I heard that you are in your university.
No. I graduated university last year.
Last year. So
yeah, I graduated.
Yeah. So are you gonna continue your master degree?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I want to work and earn money before I go back to studying. And I'm not sure which country I want to study in for my masters. But in regards to coming back to Shan State, my plan at the moment is to continue working on my business in order to make money.
Yeah.
and passive income. Because if I'm going to live in Shan State, I want to be able to do things like volunteering, help build schools,
Yeah.
develop education program. I want to help. My Shan people as much as I
Yeah.
can, and I feel the best way for me as a Australian born Shan person is
Have-
to work here in Australia, get the resources, get the money, and then come back to Myanmar and use my resources to help the people. That's
Wow.
my plan, basically. So I will come back to Shan State and settle in Shan State when I feel that I have enough resources and money to come back.
That's
Yeah, but
brilliant.
I
That's
would love to
brilliant.
come back. Yeah.
It's very respectful, yeah. So
I have been in love with Shan culture since I was a teenager.
wow.
So, like it means a lot to me whenever I am, doing the volunteering and stuff like that. Because and I want to encourage other Shan youth in Myanmar, like native people in Myanmar, to also volunteer for their own people. I think the more we help each other, the better our nation will become.
Yeah, that's very impressive. And in Shan term, in Thai term, we have our own term, like it's called Guanaja Lim Lang, right? Do you understand this phrase? Do you understand?
Could you explain it to me?
Guanaja Lim Lang.
Yes.
It means that if you you are educated and if you are successful and if you become so famous, right?
Yes.
And but you don't forget your own roots.
You don't forget where you came from.
Yeah, where you came from. Yeah, you don't forget where you came from. So yeah, it's very good. In Shan we call Guana, yeah, Lim Lang. I'm very impressive about that. A moment ago, I heard that you after you earn the money, you're gonna come back to Shan State and to work as a volunteer or something, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I want to do that, but I don't want to be having to work a job
yeah,
when I'm doing volunteering. I want to be already like have enough resources, be able to live
yeah.
by myself independently. If I can do that, then I can help. Um,
Just
I can
give
help shun people more.
yeah, giving back to the society to the
Yeah, that's what I'd like. That's what I'd like to do.
yeah
Um, last year in February,
yeah
I went. Last year in February, I went to Myitkyina in Kachin State.
Michina, yeah.
Yeah, Myitkyina in Kachin State, and I joined with the Shan group up there. And what we did is we developed an English language program called EIP, English Intensive Program, and it was a 2-month program. And what I did is we were teaching about 20 young Shan people. We were
20
teaching
years.
them English. Yeah, doing about 3 lessons a day. Always talking to them in English, trying to get them to absorb the English language to improve their education and give them a better grasp of the English language. And I want to do more programs like that. I think the program that we did was considered successful,
Mm.
and so stuff like that. That's what I love. That's what I love doing. I love to volunteer. So when I'm ready, I'll come back and I'll do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And also, how did you become passionate about learning Thai language?
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
When I was a teenager, around the age
yeah,
of 15,
yeah,
I started to really wonder about myself. I started to really think about my cultural heritage, where I came from, who I am, the type of person that I am. You know, like I just wanted to really try to understand where I came from. Where my people came from, and so when I was 18, I went to Myanmar, and I learnt about the culture there, about the Shan people there, and everything. and I did ordination for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah, for 2 weeks I did
Mm.
for 2 in Anisakan near Maymyo. I did ordination for 2 weeks, just only 2 weeks. I wish I could do it longer, but
How old were you when you was ordained as a novice? How old were you?
18.
18.
So this was in 2016.
2016.
Yeah. So yeah, and I did that, and then I started to really find the culture of Myanmar and Shan culture and Burmese culture more and more interesting as I grew older. So I went back to Myanmar when I was 20, and I went to Nyang U, Bagan, to volunteer there.
Wow.
And I did some stuff there. I came back again. So I think I've been to Myanmar about 5 times now in my life.
5 times.
And yeah, 5 times. So hopefully after the whole situation, I can come back again and
yeah, of course.
do some more stuff.
In the 21st century, do you think that only English skills can survive? What are the skills that the student or that a person need to improve or that we need to possess during the 21st century besides English?
Besides English, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think that English is the only skill that a young person needs to learn in the 21st century. I think there are other languages that are very useful. For example, Mandarin Chinese.
Mandarin.
That's very useful.
Yeah.
Japanese, Korean, they're useful languages because those countries have a very significant contribution to the world and to the economy. Spanish is a very good language because it's one of the most spoken languages in the world. Hindi in India, if you want to go to India, you should learn Hindi. It's also one of the most spoken languages in the world. But in regards to other skills besides languages, I would encourage young people to learn how to use the computer, how to use technology.
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
That's very important. Yeah. Because a lot of people are looking for ways to work online, make money online. If you know how to use technology, if you know how to use a computer well, there's a lot of opportunities for you. Yeah. And so that's what I would recommend as well. Other skills, technology, learning English, learning Chinese. These skills will give you a big chance in the 21st century.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And do you think that it's important to have a certain degrees in the 21st century? Yeah, okay. University degrees or stuff like that.
In the 21st century,
yeah,
I actually don't think it's necessary to have a university degree. So you can on the internet, you can do like professional certificates. You can do like social media marketing professional certificate or IT support professional certificate, or these kind of professional certificates. On the internet, you can have a whole let me rephrase that.
The whole package. We could have
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You can learn everything you need, all the education you need from the internet for free. That is why learning how to use technology is very important, because when you have the skills, for example, if let's say a Shan English learner, they know how to use the computer, they know how to use the net, they know how to understand English well. They go onto the internet, they can find education courses, they can basically learn anything that they desire from the internet. And that is one of the best things, because there are people that have gotten a job just by what they learned from the internet. So I think the necessity to get a university degree is decreasing as
Same,
we
yeah.
as we go further through the 21st century.
So the ability is the most important. So yeah, as long as we
Ability, yes.
as long as we have the ability, we have the skills, we can do whatever we want, right? In the 21st.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can learn. My advice: learn everything you can from the internet. The internet is where
Yeah.
you learn.
Yeah. The internet
The
is
internet
like,
is
yeah,
internet's where
like
you learn.
a good library.
It's the world. It's the world's biggest library. The internet. You know,
Yeah.
you have Wikipedia, Facebook, YouTube. You can learn so much stuff. You know, it's incredible what you can learn. I learned digital marketing. I learned the requirement for my job. I learned it all from the internet. I also learned how to do investing and trading, stocks and shares
Wow.
from the internet as well. And I managed to get a job at eToro, which is like a investment company,
Mhm.
because of my knowledge of investing, which I learned from the internet. So really, the possibilities are endless for
Yeah,
young
yeah,
people
it's
for young people in the 21st century. It's a really good times to be
wow.
alive.